Running a business comes with a lot of what-ifs. But luckily, there's a simple answer to them. Shopify. It's the commerce platform behind millions of businesses, including Thrive Cosmetics and Momofuku, and it'll help you with everything you need. From website design and marketing to boosting sales and expanding operations, Shopify can get the job done and make your dream a reality. Turn those what-ifs into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dice or Roll, the Queerest Pathfinder podcast on the planet, where you answer hard questions like, how are you defeating the dreaded bristle boar?
Fucking what?
Okay, so I'm so delighted. Okay, by the time this episode comes out, the Pathfinder superfans, which is to say our autistic audience, will have moved on. The bristle boar will no longer be funny. To the people who are not locked into every single aspect of the Pathfinder community, you're like Ritz and Luna and Dave wondering, what the fuck is the bristle boar?
Yeah.
Let me tell you about the fucking bristle boar.
Why don't you? God, I want to know all about him.
The bristle boar is a creature from Pathfinder Adventure Path, issue 207, The Resurrection Flood. The first book of a Triumph of the Tusk, which is an orc adventure path.
Ooh.
The bristle boar is a local animal in the orc nation of Belkson. It is a boar which has almost like spiny quills on it, right?
Why would you say that about him? I'm sure he's interesting to talk to.
No, he's lovely, I'm sure. But he has spikes, basically, right? That's what a bristle boar is.
Yeah.
They're just regular animals. So why am I bringing it the fuck up? Archives of Netis, which is the online data bank for all things Pathfinder, recently put like 7 or 8 books worth of information up all at once. And in the process, they did have a very small typo.
Oh no.
And I'm going to link the Archives of Netis page. By the time that this episode comes out, it's entirely possible that I'll fix it. Or maybe the bristle boar will be eternal. Who's to say? But Luna, Ritz, Dave, can you tell me what's wrong with this page? It's just a small typo. Just a small one.
I have a feeling I know what it is before I even look at it. Let's see.
Do you see anything out of the ordinary, perhaps? Look to the right hand of the page, perhaps, on the stat block. Do you see something?
Oh.
How does that number go that high?
The bristle
point, that
boar
should be a stat block.
The bristle boar was erroneously made into, instead of a level 3 creature, a level 80 tree creature.
A level that doesn't fucking exist.
Now,
should be mythic times like 4.
That's God. That's our new god.
That is God.
Obviously, when this happened, it made a lot of people very amused. And one person made a version of the stat block being like, well, you know, if this were an accurate stat block where you added level to everything and, you know, use the right multipliers for different levels, this is what its stat block would look like. And here you go. It has 7,931 healing. Its tusks do
plus 127.
Its damage is 4d6 plus 158.
That would fucking one-shot most high-level players.
It has plus 34 strength.
I'm sorry, I'm seeing DC 129 Fortitude save. Who the fuck can do that?
Fuck it. Now, here's the thing. Let's say the biblically accurate bristle boar is coming at you. What are you doing in this situation? How do you defeat the dreaded pig?
I'm laying down and accepting that it's finally my time to go.
Okay, he rolls a 146 to hit.
Actually, a crit fail.
Step
Funk edit.
1. Step 1, demand proficiency without level. Step 2, a leaf in the wind.
So Dave has pointed out the funniest option of defeating the Bristleboar. Proficiency without level is if you go back to the Netflix page, it is a rule where you don't add your level to everything, right? Because some people, they're like, I don't like the Pathfinder 2e at level 20, you're one-shotting entire armies. I would prefer the game to be a little grittier. I want things of low level to be able to be high level things by, removing the plus level. Click the proficiency without level button on the Bristleboar's page.
Opening that in a new tab. Oh my god.
Minus 64 AC.
Oh.
The pig self-destructs.
It kills itself.
Because
Right.
it has subtracted 83 from all of its fucking stats. So it has survival minus 75. This thing is always lost.
Now, that's pretty good.
You like that?
Funny.
Yeah. DC negative 66 fortitude save is nuts.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Proficiency without level. You're like, hey GM, let's fuck him up. Let's fuck him up, boys. I love
Oh,
you,
God.
Bristleboar.
My answer would have been just light a candle for it. Maybe it likes being worshipped. I don't know.
Oh, you're saying you'd start like a cult and hope that it spares you.
Yeah.
Oh,
I see the vision. I like it. Okay.
I do like that too. I have something really funny to say. It's really clever. Are you ready?
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Bristleboar, more like dumb and whore.
Heyo!
That would
Fucking
cause it to
got
self-destruct like proficiency without level.
I stole that from somewhere.
I want you to know, by the way, that the Bristleboar drama has gotten so widespread that fucking PC Gamer wrote an article about it.
Bruh.
It's so funny.
PC Gamer was like, the headline is, forget the Tarask. Tabletop's biggest bad is now the biblically accurate Bristleboar. This is a real article that exists.
Oh, it's so funny. Oh
Assuming
my God.
that there are 50 million Pathfinder players, one boar should be able to easily bring every character that has ever existed up to level 20 just by killing it there, right?
Yeah.
Like, the amount of EXP this thing drops, it just makes every single one of the 50 million characters level 20.
That's crazy.
It's beautiful is what it is.
That is beautiful.
So, with all that in mind, would we like to play some Pathfinder?
Would we?
Just so you are aware, the Bristleboar is common. So,
That's really scary.
So there's a non-zero chance we'll be meeting him today.
Oh,
you
God.
might run into the Bristleboar. I can't
Is-
protect you.
This is the new gorilla that you should set after me.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna put the Bristleboar on the map secretly and scare you.
Throwback.
Give me a new trauma.
God.
Okay. Regardless, shall we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, when we last left our adventurers in the Abomination Vaults, the Fogfen Few finally returned from the dungeons after spending nearly half a week within. You encountered Rin Savinxi and, of course, Vandy Sunchaser waiting on the road for you, and you were embraced and welcomed back into the town. You all chose to spend some time away from the dungeon for a few days, recovering after a particularly traumatic experience. Fiore and Ulrich explored a hole. Silk read a letter. Silk,
exploring a hole, alright.
David went to prison.
Oh, my God.
Silk bribed the mayor. Ulrich and Fiore witnessed a child use her psychic powers to blow up a dummy. Rin Savinci revealed her deep dark secret, that there are no hounds. She made her backstory up for attention.
You leave her alone.
And Ulrich uncovered the next stage of the curse of Nimbalot, when every single person in Utari vanished, and he was left alone for an hour with a gigantic eyeball in the sky. Knowing that in only a few days, Silk's sibling, Focero Witchelm, will be coming to Utari to check in on him, the Fogfen Few have reconvened and are preparing to make their way to the next floor beneath the vaults. One which apparently holds the Cavern Elf city of Yldaris. So, Fogfen Few, are we ready to figure out what comes next?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I think we're not going to meet in the Drunken Dragon today.
Uh-huh.
We are going to meet in a little shop by a bridge going over the Osprey River. Ulrich, the shop isn't quite open yet. You're still hiring, you're still probably in the hiring process for getting some shopkeepers to tend to it while you are in the dungeon, which is still taking up a bit of your time.
Yep.
But after a few days of preparing with your mom and dad, Crowsbrook looks pretty good. Why don't you set the scene for me? Because I don't know what this place looks like. But why don't you tell me? And Fiore and Silk, you two are in here.
So, in the shop, there are a bunch of shelves already mostly set up with a few boxes here and there. There's a center table that has a bunch of jars and any needed to be preserved or dried herbs stacked neatly on the table for display, with dried herbs hanging on top of them. Again, display, but also you can buy them. Ulrich had a very keen eye for design in silk in helping to make this place look all spruced up with a bunch of, I think, various shades of purples and gold. There's already a little suggestion box for Ulrich for people who want to make their orders like they did before when he was doing his herbalism stuff.
Cute.
In the back, there is a raised countertop. That's where the register is. And behind said countertop is the door to Ulrich's supply storage. Then on the other side of the counter, because it's sort of a wraparound situation, there's another door that leads right into his office. Yeah, it's not completely set up. There are still a few boxes tucked under the tables here and there, or inside the shelf, inside the shelves, under the countertops, things like that. It's still sort of an organized mess, but one day we'll get to it. He both Silk and Fiore look at Ulrich, and he's actually if there could be sparkles around him, there would be. He's really happy about this place.
Cute.
Fiore and Silk, how are you doing?
Pretty good. Silk, honestly, he's never not happy to lend his knowledge of aesthetics to those who ask, especially if it's his boyfriend. I think he's pretty proud of what he's helped Ulrich do. And even more than that, he is so fucking proud of Ulrich. It makes him happy to see this passion go further. He likes you.
And how is Fiore doing?
I think that Fiore is pretty happy about this. He's cared about this town and the development of this town for basically since he started thinking about the town as an actual home. And Ulrich is one of his close friends, so this is really good. Like, I think he's very pleased about this. I think he thinks this is really cool. He might not be, like, the most... Like, he might not be, like, the most magic user or anything, but the stuff is useful, and he's happy to help. And I just think he likes this. It's also kind of close to the Dawnflower temple, so he's happy.
It's a 5-minute walk. It's also a 5-minute walk from Silks. It's very, like, well positioned.
Yeah.
By design. Smile.
This is by design.
Especially since Ulrich's family vineyard is literally at the edge of town, at the very least, because I feel like in his office he also has like a place for him to like rest if he needs to, just in case like he has to pull any like late nights. So if they ever have to meet him in town, he could probably just be in there instead of, in the forest.
For what it's worth, Ulrich, I think the way that your curse works is it's not automatically you go to hell every 7 a.m. and p.m., but more you make a save at those hours.
Okay.
So it's not always, but it's certainly, every time it starts getting to 6:59, you're like,
More often than is comfortable.
Yeah, which is at all, right?
Yeah.
So, how about you guys just chat a bit and figure out what your plan is before you descend into the depths.
I think that Silk is sitting on whatever counter has enough space for him. Which doesn't have to be much. He's very petite, very demure. But he's kind of leaned back against it with his arms, and firstly, he's still admiring his own work, but he's like,
So, the agenda for today, we are meeting back up with that group of Yldaris, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I believe it's only a few more days until they choose to go on without us. Ulrich says as he's like shuffling all the papers from like the suggestion box that's probably already filled up.
Do you think they'll be cross that we made them wait a little too long?
I don't think so.
No, they did say that they'd wait for us and that we have basically a week. We've only been in town, 3 days? 2-3 days?
True.
So, I suppose if worst comes to worst, we make them wait the full week. At the very least, we're in the deadline time.
Silk gets a look on his face. He's like,
I don't think I'd like to keep them waiting. Because Ooh. I have to be so honest. If my little plan doesn't work, I'm not going to be here at the end of the week.
Right. Or grimaces.
Sooner the better.
Yeah. Thankfully, we also have a way out of the dungeon this time, so we can always go here and there fairly frequently. Don't have to worry about a tight deadline, I suppose.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But, what else is there? There's the Yldaris, and then, that one girl's name. Mama?
Oh, yeah. I wanted to help her.
The Gorgon, yes.
Fuck you, Gary Gygax. Anyway, sorry.
I'm not fucking saying Medusa. Anyway, Silk kind of, I don't think that he has his hat on whenever they're inside, like a proper building. Obviously, he has it on down in the dungeon, but I think he's kind of playing with his hair, and he's like,
I will say, if we do get trapped down there again, I will kill myself.
We won't.
Ulrich puts a hand on Silk's face as he's shifting through his papers like, love, not while I'm around, please.
I'll fucking do it.
I can heal
Silk takes
you.
his dainty little pistol. Anyway.
I can heal you. You know that, right?
I know. But don't. I don't want to be down there. Not forever.
You definitely won't be there forever, but as your boyfriend, I do not want you to die on me.
I also don't want you to die, but I'm not your boyfriend.
Well, you better make sure that we don't get stuck again then.
I'll do everything in my power, I'm sorry.
Boba, my sweet.
Hmm?
You do your best.
I know.
I believe in you.
So what is the plan today?
Going back in and
Yeah.
meeting with the Yldaris elves. And if we have time, trying to figure out how to help Murmur, I guess.
Oh yeah, sure. Maybe there will be something interesting in that way.
Maybe.
Okay, fellas, would we like to return to the dungeon?
Yes.
Okay, well, as you guys are returning into the dungeon, you hear something as you're making your way around the Morlock level.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the sound of heavy boots. Steel boots.
Fuck.
And they're coming
What?
closer. The clank of armor. What do you guys do?
I think that as soon as Fiore starts hearing something, he's looking for a place for them to hide.
Yeah.
Silk's looking to hide, too. Oh my god. If not, he's casting invisibility.
Would you all like to roll me a stealth check? So you can dip out of the way.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Wait, I haven't done this before. Can Ulrich sneak with his animal form?
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Okay. Yes? Okay. Yes? Silk, for what it's worth, by the way, you forget you have... Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Dave has... Let's just point this out. Untrained plus 0 dexterity did roll a nat 20.
Bruh.
Ritz, for you, by the way, just so you know, you do have a skill feat, Illusory Infiltrator. You can, instead of hiding, you can just say a few quick words and shroud yourself with spells. So you can use Arcana or Occultism to hide.
I really learned. Let me do that instead.
So Fiore, you expertly just barrel, tumble roll, Elden Ring style for cover. Silk, that's a turn. Yeah, you just easily shimmer and suddenly you fade into the wall. And Ulrich, you are casting animal form.
Yes, and I know that we discussed that Ulrich is Big Bunny when he goes into animal form, but I also like to think that if Ulrich isn't in combat, he's just a bunny.
So normally
baby
animal
bunny.
form, yes, will make you turn into a medium battle form animal, which is essentially a beautiful magic angelic hair, which you get for being Idlekin, right? However, and just so you know, you do actually become size huge.
Oh my god.
Oh, no, sorry. Second. Don't worry about it. No, size huge. Lol. I think I said I would allow it to heighten because it's kind of crap otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if you make an occultism check, I will allow you to manipulate your magic to turn you, instead of animal form, into pest form and just become a very small rabbit and hide.
Okay. 30?
Okay. Ulrich, you turn to a little rabbit and you hide. And those boots become louder and louder as a form stomps through the corridor. And a loud voice says, "I'm certain I heard something!"
Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh.
As
God.
Sir Gerard Stormjustice makes his way through. Following him, Lucia Latimer, the witch with her familiar, Lux, the cute little bat. She kind of comes in and says, I mean, yes, this floor is cleared out. The Morlocks are living below. But it wouldn't be impossible for there to be more Morlocks up here. We really shouldn't just be loudly announcing that you can hear something, because they can hear you too. And Jared goes, poppycock! And she's like, don't say poppycock to me. Then scampering up from behind comes Tyrion Lawrenson, Cool Day Dem rogue, being like, well, I've already looked around. There's no traps around here. And Lucia turns and says, Tyrion, we're not looking for traps. We're saying that, all right. And then grumbling and coming up the rear is none other than Jubilost Nartropple, who kind of exhales and says, yeah, well, look, this expedition so far has been pretty okay, but we really need to go have a word with those Fogfen guys, because they are in some serious trouble.
Boo! He comes out.
Make me an intimidation check.
I think that's hilarious.
Make me
Because
an intimidation
I
check.
actually 60. Oh my lord. 27.
A 27. Yeah, that is actually going to scare the shit out of every one of them.
Oh my god, what fucking...
They're lower level than you guys. Also,
Yo.
Ulrich, a 27 wouldn't work on you because you are master in will, but it would work also not in Fiore. It would have worked on you 1 level ago.
Damn.
Okay.
Damn.
These guys, unfortunately, are a little bit lower level. You jump out.
He's mostly, I promise you, he's just trying to fuck with this guy.
With Sir Jared?
Yeah.
Well, 3 high-pitched screams come out. One from Lucia, one from Tyrion, who lets out a very and then of course Sir Jared Storm Justice, champion of Avodar, goes
This is the best moment of my life, guys.
and he's like immediately wielding his fucking crossbow, and he's got a shield, and the only one who didn't scream is Jubilost, who goes, right, okay.
Wow.
And Lucy's like, that wasn't nice at all.
I'm so sorry. I wasn't trying to scare all of you.
This dungeon is full of scary things. You could have really gotten us.
Silk dispels his magic, and he's like, to be fair, you scared us first.
Sorry. That was Dylan again.
Oh, wow.
Ulrich comes out still in bunny form, looking at all of them so unimpressed.
Silk bends over and he picks up Ulrich, and he's like, look at you.
If a bunny could blush.
God, you're so cute.
If a bunny could blush harder.
Bro's nose is twitching.
Yeah.
Tyrion kind of waves, like, throw some of their hair over their shoulder. And they say, I wasn't scared.
That's great. Very impressive.
And Sir Gerard Storm Justice points at you, Fiore, and says, and you call yourself a champion of Serenray.
Yeah, I do.
Because he is.
And yet you allowed your partner to deceive us! He points at you, Silk.
How did I deceive you?
What are you talking about?
Your map was erroneous and attempted to lead us into danger.
Excuse me?
I will
And
say
sh-
a minute has passed. Ulrich is back in
He's being held by the
He was in
armpits.
Silk's arms. He was cradling him like a baby, and suddenly he's a full-grown person again. And Silk is like, oh.
Sorry.
Jubilost puts his hands on his hip and says, yeah, so you gave me a map and you gave a big X on the map. I don't know if you recall.
Mm-hmm.
And it led us right into this looping corridor. I don't know if you recall.
Oh my god.
Oh.
And then that looping corridor had a secret door. I don't know if you recall.
Oh, yes.
And it led us right into the den of Tyrion. What was it called? And Tyrion was like, yeah, a void glutton. A horrible, monstrous being made of like amalgamated will-o-wisps and the horrors of like an ancient god. And Jubila says, yeah, so about that. You want to explain, or?
So, as a map maker, I would have expected you to be a little bit more knowledgeable. X means don't fucking go there.
Bullshit, Mr. Witchelm. You and I both know that X marks the spot. It's pirate honor.
I'm not a fucking pirate. If I look like one? Let's open our eyes here.
Wasn't there also another X somewhere a little bit below? Did you encounter an underwater lake? Ulrich smiles.
No, Silk did that with the express intention of making them go there.
No, Ulrich knows, and he's sort of egging Jubilost on still.
Jubilost turns to you guys,
Actively lying right
And-
now.
grips his teeth.
I wipe my hands clean of this. I had nothing to do with this.
Jared points to you and says, "You should have better control of your party. You dishonor your deity, Sir Sun Chaser."
I don't boss people around. That's not my job.
First of all, rude towards Fiore. Second of all, not our leader. Third of all, there is no leader.
Yeah, we're a team.
Every party needs a leader, and that's why Lord Jubilos is. Shut the fuck up, it's Jared. Come on. Look, guys, I get it. I know. Haha. Stinky little bastard team against you. Don't send us into the jaws of a void glutton. Dick move.
Oh, darling, I would never do that again. Like I said, I wouldn't want you to get hurt.
Look, be frank with me. If there's any other traps on this map, just let me know. I'm trying to save my brother-in-law here.
Hand it over. Come here.
Okay. Do you remove any other luring stuff you put in?
To Silk's credit, bad way to start this sentence. To Silk's credit, he removes the ones that he knows would be lethal.
Oh my god.
So not
Oh my
all of
God.
them.
The ones that he knows will not fucking kill them. Yeah. And he marks them down, with X's this time. Still, he's not circling that shit. And he's like,
Here, and a few on each level. These are the ones that I remember that will absolutely knock you out of this plane of existence. So, avoid them if you can.
He nods a little bit. And I think a little more graciously than before puts it back. And says, okay, cool, man. You haven't found, like, I know you guys, by the way, congrats on escaping the whole stuck underground thing. I heard about that. You guys didn't find out anything about Willamire down there?
Silk looks at Fiora and Ulrich.
I cannot lie. Just know this, Ritz. I cannot lie.
Silk, and I know that you can't lie. That look is more like, do we tell him?
Fiore sort of shifts on his foot, and he looks sort of troubled for a second. And he's like, we're not sure right now. We found another note, but it was cut off at the end of the note, and we're pretty sure he got captured. Right now, I'm not sure if we don't know what happened to him so far.
Currently, we're still exploring the floor we found that on. And the floor below that is... Well, you're aware that there's, another world to say beneath the surface. We do think that it was the perpetrator was Caligny.
I think Jubilos kind of curses, and Lucia looks pretty grim, and Taryn nods, because they definitely know what a Caligny is.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And Sir Jared Storm Justice points at you and says, if you're lying to us, there will be consequences. Misleading an agent of the court.
I can't lie. I will get a sunburn.
Say that it's true, Fiora, just as proof.
It's true.
There you go.
Listen, I know you don't like me. I am not trying to let someone die because I'm fucking with you. I'm not doing that. I'm serious.
Jubilos exhales says, I believe it. Okay, we're gonna have to go down deep, huh? That's real tricky.
Be really careful down there. I cannot stress
Yes.
how dangerous it is.
We don't really have time. If my brother-in-law's in trouble.
We could lead you down there. You know, we do have a similar goal. We don't want him to die. But, like Fiora said, it is very dangerous, and I wouldn't like for you guys to die either.
We have encountered the situation that the vaults are active. So even though we know that there aren't traps on the map, there could also be other things that, because we don't have the time to do clean sweeps of every single floor and to clear out all the traps. They would probably set them up again, and we don't know because we're doing other things.
Yes.
I think Jubilos grimaces and says, I appreciate the sentiment, but I did get the best mercenaries money can buy. Just so you know, that Voidglun is still alive.
Oh, I know.
I would assume.
Yeah.
And it's real pissed off.
Oh, I know.
Point is though,
Well, we did escape.
we'll handle it on our own. You guys keep doing your whole ghost stopping thing. We'll just dip in and get my brother-in-law dip out, it'll be fine. And I think he kind of whistles to the others and says, okay, everyone, we're going back up to town, restock, and return into the dungeon tomorrow, okay?
Oh, one more thing. And because I don't think that he did it before, but Silk marks the spot, the floor or two down where they can find the teleportation ring. And he says, this will get you all the way down, but...
What is this, a teleportation circle?
Yes, I fixed all of them myself.
All of them? How many are there?
What, 6, 7? I mean, there's one every floor.
2 different floors?
Yes.
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 I think all of them slump. And Lucia says, we've been walking down the stairs to each one individually.
Oh,
Oh, gods.
that's sad.
I've been there.
We're going back up, everyone. We will regroup. Let's go.
Well, see you down there.
Very glumly, the what are they called? What's their party name? The Vault Vanquishers make their way back to Otari.
I'm sorry.
And you guys are free to talk for a moment before you make your way back to the floor, to the garden, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad they didn't die, but I'm glad they had a hard time.
I can't believe you did that, Silk.
It was really funny in my defense. I didn't think they'd die. They're quick and nimble. If anything, I would have thought that their little champion would have maybe had something scare him straight, but evidently not. I made up for it. I did tell them about the traps that they should avoid and the teleportation ring, so that's my karma. Balanced out.
That's true. That's very true. To be honest, the only one I feel bad for is Lucia.
Back to neutral. I do think that they'll need help. They won't ask for it, but I do think that if they go alone, they will die.
Oh no, if anything, if any of the things I've read about Jubilos, the man is incredibly so stubborn. They won't ask for help, but maybe if we catch them when they need it, they'll finally crack.
Maybe we can ask those elves for some support if they see them. While we're not down there, of course.
Ah, that might actually help a lot.
Possibly.
So, would you guys like to teleport down to the gardens?
Yes, but before they do, Silk is grabbing at Ulrich's head and like flopping his ears a little bit. He's like,
You should turn into a little rabbit all the time, I think.
All the time?
Yes. He's so cute.
He's totally fucking flushed. Like,
Do it again for me later. I like carrying you around.
I can only do it once a day, I think. Hang on.
He looks disappointed.
Hang on. He's looking at his fucking animal form. The cult innate spells. Yeah, uses is only one. I think it's probably only once per day. But I mean,
No, it's okay. I get it. Come on, Fiore. Let's go down.
no, wait.
He hooks his arm around one of Fiore's and he starts walking without Ulrich.
Ulrich is like, hang on a second. I was doing it to be sneaky.
Ulrich, he's being dramatic.
I know, but he plays on the fact that I don't like upsetting him.
Is that the wind I hear?
Oh my god.
He's such a fucking dick. I'm sorry.
That's really
It's
funny.
okay.
That's really good.
It's okay. Ulrich is like anime weepy face, like trying, like holding Sylph's other hand behind him, like, please. Sorry.
He giggles and he squeezes Ulrich's hand. They teleport down.
And so you guys teleport to the farm level. So, you guys teleport down into the gardens level. You make your way out of the slim teleportation room, out of the shed, which was hidden behind, and you guys return to the garden. You leave and you start walking through the mushroom forest. As you make your way out, to the north there is that river full of green stagnant water. And to the right there is a chasm which leads 100 feet down and has a bridge across it. Across that bridge you can see the giant tangled spider web of the spider. And a little bit beyond that, you know you're going to be able to find the Yldaris. What do you guys do?
Well, that party's waiting for us over that direction.
And he points over the bridge. Then he grimaces. He's like,
That fuck-ass spider's there too, though.
We'll have to go around the mushrooms again, sneak around them.
Makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You think one day I can just... like a firebolt?
We're definitely still gonna have to fight it. We can fight it.
I don't want
If
to.
you want to.
it's scary.
Bugs are nasty.
You'll be at long distance anyways.
I think even Ulrich is grimacing at this one.
You know, long distance has never stopped me from almost dying.
Unfortunately.
Bugs are just dirty. I don't like them.
I just don't like when they're that big.
You can sneak past a bug, for what it's worth.
Yeah, but being in the room is just so uncomfortable. If I was down here, I wouldn't go within 100 feet of that thing.
Yeah, it's not ideal, right?
Nope.
Do we go past? Should we find a way around? I don't know. I don't want to touch it. Oh, wait.
So kind of turns his head.
Is that a door over there?
Well spotted. A little to the north, there is a door built into what appears to be a ruined outpost.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think that leads around?
We could try.
God, I hope so.
I'll take any option.
Please.
As much as I can be fairly light on my feet, I don't want to keep relying on sneaking past a Goliath spider.
I'll do it this time. I mean it.
Does this door seem safe?
Let me check. Does it seem safe?
Yes.
Looks all good.
Okay. Fiore opens the door.
Well, it is a ruined outpost. The remains of a table and some chairs are scattered around the room. While the western door has been ripped off its hinges, the southern door, which you just came through, is still intact but open. 2 torn, soggy corpses are slumped in the hallway.
Ew.
Oh,
These are dead children of Belcora. If you want to roll medicine, you can figure out more about them, or nature, or Ulrich, bardic lore.
I could do medicine.
Yeah, same.
nature is 18. Nature.
Silk, you look at them and you're like, maybe that's just what happens to them when they get old.
Mhm.
Ulrich, you can tell that these were ripped in half by a monster. Fiore,
Mm-hmm.
don't go into the water.
Okay.
You can tell that what ripped these things apart has the head of an enormous crocodile, probably. You look at the battered door to the west, which leads into a dock into the water. And if this thing was this size, able to bash a door down with its head, and had the head, like the fangs of a crocodile, in your mind, there's only one creature that can be. There's definitely a fucking Spinosaurus in that water near us.
Brother,
Fucking what?
A Spinosaurus. That's right, didn't I tell you? The Darklands have dinosaurs! That's where dinosaurs came from!
Oh.
Well, at least that's where they are now, mostly.
Fiore is looking down at these guys, and he goes, "Oh shit. I'm not really afraid of the water, but I really don't think that we should go around using. I don't think that we should get into the water here, not even on a boat.
You don't have to tell me twice. I wouldn't have done it to begin with.
I'm pretty sure that a Spinosaur killed these guys.
What the fuck?
Oh, no wonder they're ripped in half.
There are dinosaurs in the Darklands. I read about it in a couple books, and when I was growing up. And they're dangerous. I don't think I need to explain that.
No, the bodies are pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
I will say, though, Ulrich, you know what else is interesting?
What's up?
The fake flagstones in the east wall. Secret door.
Ulrich does a double take at the east wall and his ears fucking perk up. He's like, wait, hang on.
What?
Secret door.
Oh?
He makes sure that it's not trap burst.
Yep, no, it's not. It's literally a couple of fake flagstones that have been piled on top of each other. You easily just push them out of the way. Well done, guys! You figured out that there's a way around the giant spider.
Oh, thank God.
Ulrich, this is awesome.
I think I'll come over for my perception every day.
Good job.
That's fair. I can walk in the front.
Please.
Of course.
Silk pets the back of Ulrich's head as a reward.
His ears do like a happy little jump. He's so
Oh my
proud
God.
of himself right now.
Fiore, you get to a dead end.
Tilk, where's the door on this?
God damn it.
For fuck's sake.
But wait, what's that? Fiore, you kick the wall.
Oh.
They topple over. It was the same fucking trick.
Oh.
Secret door.
What if I killed you, Derry?
I'm really smart. I found the secret door this time.
Oh, good job.
That's-
Ruffles Fiore's hair.
That's 20-1.
21
you're getting
is
that.
so fucking funny.
Rick laughs at that. He's like, well, you're getting that.
Maybe next time I'll find 2.
You are now in the area where you encountered Murmur.
Mm.
So, to the north, there's a little tunnel. To the west, Silk, you see something.
Mm-hmm.
A secret door.
My turn.
Oh, gosh.
Silk,
using my
you
touch.
see something. There's a rounded wall over here,
Mm-hmm.
but there is a secret door, like built into it. It would appear to be.
What is that?
It's basically just a patch of the wall here has a lot more fungus growing on it.
Mm-hmm.
However, Ulrich, you hesitate to go further.
Oh, why is that?
Because you see something as well.
Okay.
The mushrooms underneath that patch there are weirdly buoyant looking.
The fuck does that mean?
Ulrich grabs Silk's hand.
It's like
Hang on a second.
balloons made of fungus.
Ew.
You get the feeling that that might be a creature that is chilling at the door. You can check out the secret door, but you may need to briefly skirmish with something.
What is it?
You did find a secret door. But under said door there is likely a creature that will harm us if we get close to it. Those mushrooms are definitely not like the ones around us.
Oh.
They're quite balloon-like.
Silk frowns.
I am proud of you for finding the secret door.
Oh, thank you. Ugh. What good is a tree if it doesn't bear fruit?
It's still important. We know it's there, and we can deal with it anytime.
That is true. We just need to leap over a mushroom-shaped obstacle.
Yep.
So, what do you want to do? Do you want to go back to the path where more up to where you saw Murmur, or do you want to investigate this mysterious secret door?
Fiore's happy to do either.
Maybe Murmur comes first.
Okay. Well, you leave that alone, and you start making your way up to the tunnel where you first saw Murmur. And you go a little bit deeper, you go past the mushroom trees all around, and towards the end of this fungal path, a masonry structure juts out from a cavern wall with a door at its center. What do you do?
Check the door for trap.
Doesn't seem to be any traps.
Okay. Ulrich gives Fiore a nod.
All right. Oh, this is different. That is...
Do you slam the door shut? No, you don't. You tried to slam the door shut, but unfortunately, there was a beast in there. Why don't we talk about the beast?
I don't want to talk.
Do you guys
want to
talk about the beast?
Not really.
Let's take a closer look at this thing.
Ulrich
No.
can't say. Oh my god!
No,
Alien meets sloth?
don't like it.
So let's describe this room. Tree alcoves in this square chamber are overgrown with a tangle of tin, mushy stalks and creeping flowering vines. The air smells sweet and heady. And that's fine. However, as you make your way in, you see that there is a creature. And it is climbing around on the vines within this room. And it is just... I mean, look at this fucking thing. Let's describe it. This creature appears like it is a sleek, dark creature resembling an emaciated, hairless tree sloth. It has glowing red eyes, wicked claws, and a mouth full of nail-like teeth.
Ooh.
And as it turns and looks at you, I need all of you to make me either an occultism check or a bardic lore check. Or, Silk, if you prefer, you have aberration lore, right?
I do.
And you actually have a skill feat that goes with that, monster zoology. So you will get an extra question you can ask about it afterwards.
Okay.
Fiore, that's a regular tree sloth. You've read about these. It's harmless.
Fiore is... I think what happens in Fiore's head is, oh, that's a tree sloth.
You look at the others' faces and you're like, I don't think so, actually.
He's like, I don't know what it is, and I'm not here for that.
It's harmless. Stares at the 1,000 teeth.
Yeah, you see its teeth and you're like, I don't think that's what it's supposed to look like. Ulrich, you know that this thing is a Nilith.
Okay.
Niliths are intensely dangerous creatures. They feed off emotions, fears, and flesh of the livings. And folktales posit that those who have their nightmares, of these creatures, are fated to one day be eaten by them. They derive intense joy from tormenting sapient creatures, often focusing their predation on the pious and the just, from whom they draw their most basic fears and worst thoughts and revel in their subsequent terror.
Okay.
Silk,
Yes.
you know a little bit extra because you have know-it-all, first off. You also know that these creatures are actually extensions of much deadlier creatures that dwell in a distant dimension beyond the dreams. And they are essentially feeding machines for the unknown entities from so far away.
Ew.
Scholars and dimensional travelers have attempted to uncover the exact mechanisms of this connection, but no one has succeeded.
Fair.
You can ask one extra question thanks to monster zoology.
Mhm. Thanks to being the smartest bitch in this entire dungeon.
Yeah. So if you have any question about this, you can ask now.
Why would something like that be down here, actually? I think I might keep that question.
I think you look around at the mushrooms and plants growing around here, and you get the feeling that it is trying to make this place feel like home. The Dreamlands. You know, where the cuckoo hag was. You get the feeling that essentially this creature was just attracted to the terror that Belcora was bringing down here, and actually appeared probably to feed off the gnomes. You also get the feeling that it used its powers on Murmur. And this thing turns to you guys, and it looks to you, and I'm sorry, but it does speak. And it says, "Greetings."
Ugh.
Not a regular tree sloth.
No, they're much more adorable.
That is what happened to Murmur, is what that is.
Murmur? Who is that what you're calling her?
The Gorgon, yes.
Yes. Sweet girl.
What did you do to her?
Oh, nothing. Come now. Do I really worry you as some sort of predator? No, I am a friend.
Did you say the same to her, or are we different and special?
She was like that when I found her.
He squints. Is that a lie?
Ain't no fucking way that's true. He
Yeah.
definitely did that to her. This guy is not attacking you immediately for some reason.
Yeah, which is very curious to Silk. He crosses his arms and he's like,
No, don't lie to me. We can have a respectful conversation together since you are feeling amicable, which I am thankful for.
Oh, you're a clever one, aren't you?
I am.
A clever little tink. But what would you ever do if you weren't so? And now, Cambion and Empyrean. What about you? Are you both clever?
I'd like to think so.
Yeah.
You're more hesitant, Mr. Cambion.
I mean, I'm not dumb.
Oh no, you're not. But I think I'm getting a sense of it all now. Yes. I know which of you has the strongest mind. I think I'll do a little bit something different than what I did to the Gorgon. Thank you for letting me know which of you it would be easiest to start with.
Silk takes out his gun.
Yeah, he's reaching forward. Everyone roll me initiative.
Dice will roll will return after these messages. We now return to Dice will roll.
So, top of the order is going to be Silk. Silk!
Mm-hmm.
He's reaching out at you guys, slowly.
Really slowly. I would like to do something with Fiore, actually. If you will let me. I want Silk to cast Fireball, and I want Fiore to very quickly close the door so it doesn't hit the both of us. Because it would.
Interesting.
Like, as the shot of fire goes past Fiore's head, I want him to close the door.
Okay, I see the vision.
Yeah.
Silk, do you want to yell that at Fiore?
What happens is that Silk puts one hand on his shoulder, and the other one he extends over the other. It's the hand with his gun. And leaning his head towards one of his ears, he's like,
Close the door on my command.
Okay.
and he fucking casts Fireball.
Okay, because you two are next to each other in initiative, and because you can delay an action, etc., I will allow it.
Mm-hmm.
Fiore, I will let you use your reaction to slam that door shut when Silk casts.
Yeah, sure.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Silk, you blast a fireball in. Fiore, you slam the door closed. And would you like to make me... Silk, do you have to make a reflex save?
You do. Give me a reflex save, please.
And that is a 23. He fails.
Fails. That is going to be 23.
Yeah, okay. There is a blast of fire, and you hear "Roar" from inside. You pissed someone off. But you feel very pleased because you fucked this guy up. And also, he's a slot, so what's he gonna do?
Yeah.
And that is your turn, Silk. Just so you know, because you have to delay
That's
an action and use a reaction and blah, blah, blah.
I got to do something cool, so that's fine.
It was very cool. Fiore, it is your turn. That felt awesome.
That did feel pretty awesome.
Now what?
Fiore closes the door, but he's still got a hand on it, so he swings it back open.
Okay, very cool. That's one action. You swing the door open.
Is it okay if he had his weapon?
Yeah,
out?
100%. 100%.
Okay. Then Fiore is going to... He's going to charge in. He's going to be not directly in the line from the door so that the others can attack. He's aware of where he is. I think he'll just attack. 30.
That's a hit. Roll me that damage.
20 damage.
Yeah, he takes that. Youch! And is that your turn?
That is my turn, yes.
Very nice. Ulrich, it's your turn. What do you do?
Oh goodness. I think Ulrich is going to take the time to set up. So, I think just in case, he is going to start with a Fortismo composition rallying.
Okay, very nice. Ulrich, you start playing this absolutely beautiful, powerful music. Make me a performance check to see if you're able to really get Silk and Silk and Fiore pumping.
30.
Easy stuff. Yeah, that's gonna be a Fortissimo composition on everyone, which means that everyone's gonna have a +2 to their AC, which is very, very nice. And it is now this guy's turn. And he kind of chuckles and says, "Oh, you're all very talented at your own skills, aren't you? But unfortunately, I don't believe you'll be able to hold on for long." And before you're able to go, what the fuck does that mean? I need everyone to make me a will save. This is not an ability this creature has usually. But good old Taylor Hodgkins from Abomination Vaults Expanded had a pretty fun idea. Okay, a damn strange thing begins to happen. All of your vision starts to blur. And your eyes kind of readjust. Suddenly the whole world is kind of like shivering and shaking around. And then it's almost like you guys are... You feel like you're all teleporting. Understand how? Until you look at your own hands and realize they're not your hands.
What the fuck?
Fellas, can you all try moving your tokens?
Oh my god, I can't move!
Oh my god, wait.
Wait.
Luna's figured it out.
No.
Wait.
Hang on, wait.
Oh my god. Okay.
Can you tell the class what's happened?
I'm Fiore!
Can you tell the class what's happened?
Oh my god, we body swapped?
We've body swapped!
Guys! Guy's wearing an anime.
Oh my god.
So that is not a usual ability of the Nillit, obviously. That usually it's supposed to happen after you kill it, but I think it's more fun if it happens mid-combat. This is body mix-up. And the Nillit kind of goes, now you may know how you fight, but bask in terror as you must figure out how to fight with your friend's abilities. That escapes Fiore's lips.
Do I have Fiore's voice?
Your call.
I think it'd be pretty fun to do impressions of each other.
Yeah. Don't feel pressured to everyone if you don't feel like it, but if you want to.
Yeah, Fiore says, God damn it.
So,
Silk says, oh, for fuck's sake.
So, Ulrich is in Silk's body. Silk is in Fiore's body.
That's not a new not a new development.
Amen, brother.
Ulrich's in Silk's body. Silk is in Fiore's body. Fiore is in Ulrich's body. So top of the order is gonna be Silk. Luna!
Hi.
Everything feels a little bit lighter. God, Silk has a lot more hair than you. Which is saying something because you already have a lot of hair. Oh my god, how does Silk walk around in these heels?
Oh my god. He right now is in 5-inch heels.
Alright, how are you feeling in this new state?
Like, this... Ulrich internally is like, this is so... What? And then outwardly, Ulrich... The voice. Love, how do you do this?
What the fuck? Are you in my body?
Yes?
Oh my god.
Well,
Oh, this is the worst Freaky Friday ever.
Silk, what do? You have two
Oh my
actions.
gosh.
Or you have 3 actions.
Hang on. Okay, so, let me do a quick read-in on the spells.
God, there's a lot, huh?
Sorry.
Oh my God, I haven't played full caster in so long. Okay,
How the fuck? Jesus Christ, what do you mean? Oh, I haven't played full caster in so long. You have 1 million spells. Shut the fuck up.
you are not looking at Silk spells right now.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
looking
lot.
at Ulrich. Okay,
So long.
Ritz, I'd like you to look at Fiore's spells.
Been 2 seasons.
You barely have to scroll.
Yeah, dude, I have like 5.
I have to I have to swipe my fingers to scroll 3 times to get through all of my spells.
Yeah, you do.
I have more spells than usually wizards do because of what the fuck I've picked for Silk. He has so many.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. It's overwhelming. Oh man. Okay. I think that Silk is going to I think that Silk is gonna go for a... Unfortunately, Ulrich is not used to this, so I think they're just gonna go for a fucking warm up with a gale blast ?
Okay.
I need a fortitude save.
I think this makes sense because you don't exactly know Silk's spells. Silk's brain remembers it, but you're like, what the fuck does Silk know how to cast?
Ulrich
And
is
Gale Blast has a special place in your heart, Ulrich.
Yeah, he remembers that one. I think Silk in Fiore's body hears, Love, is it okay if I look in Astronomicon?
Fuck, I guess. Sure.
Okay, thank you.
So I do want you to know, and I think it's funny if this happens anyway. But Gale Blast does not have a range.
Nope, it doesn't.
Gale Blast affects everyone around you in a 5-foot emanation.
Oh, shit.
Which, in this exact moment, Silk, is Ulrich. And this would push everyone around you back and hit Ulrich into a fucking wall.
Oh, right, because I'm
Do we
thinking of
wa-
Masami's goddamn fucking spell strike. Shit.
You, unfortunately,
Unfortunate listeners, I've been listening to Ruby Phoenix.
Ulrich, will you make me a fortitude save?
Oh my god, I can't look at his shit anymore. Oh wait, no, there's the thing.
Yeah, it's
there's the
Dave
thing.
who has Ulrich right now.
Okay.
Ulrich, will you make me a fortitude save?
35.
35.
A 35 is a success, meaning that all that happens is Ulrich, you get blown around a little bit. That's going to be.
Oh, that feels weird. Oh, your ears are weird. They're good. They just feel weird.
Ulrich, that's
Oh my
going to be
god,
3
I'm so
damage.
sorry.
Why is everything so painful?
I'm sorry, Fiore, but not everyone can exactly have full plate. I need to move around.
Silk, are you spending your last action taking out your spell book so you remember what spells you have?
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're like, I can't do this. I can't do this.
Fiore, it is your turn. The Nillet is here and it is cackling and says, "Yes, your fear and frustration feeds me."
I had to remember that that's me now.
Yeah, that's you.
This is so
Well,
Ugh, shit. Well, Fiore, I guess. What Silk finds the weirdest is that he, like, since this is Fiore's body, this doesn't, like, feel heavy to him, the things that he's holding.
Yeah, no, it's all light as shit.
Yeah.
in your hand, like you are holding a sword and shield.
Yeah. This is so weird. Fiore is like, oh, you're gonna regret this. And he is going to strike with the Rosa Aria, I fucking guess?
Okay, strike him.
37.
That's a hit. Roll me that damage.
Nice. 18.
Yeah, that's 18 damage. He takes it,
Yes, sir.
and he does that a kind of, but you still have a lot to go. You got 2 actions left, Fiore. What do you do?
I'm still so weirded out that your spell list is so short.
It's simple, man. Fiore doesn't. This is the. None of these spells are on his list by choice, by the way.
This is so
Oh,
funny.
right, yeah.
He raises the sword up to this thing and he's gonna cast Dazzling Flash.
Silk, as you start to cast, you feel divine energy pouring through you. Oh, that's unusual.
Oh my god, that's so fucking weird.
And then, beneath that, not exactly the same, but beneath that, there is a hungry feeling beneath you. Silk, in this exact moment, you realize that Fiore has more magical power in him than you will ever be able to even fathom.
Are you kidding me? What? Hello? What does that
You
mean?
feel a buildup of magic underneath what Fiore has. You didn't even cast. You're casting a focus spell. This is just a blessing that his god has given him. But every time he casts, you feel kind of this roiling wave of energy, and you've never sensed anything like that in your own casting. You know that Fiore is a Wellspring mage. You just didn't really understand how insanely powerful his base magic is.
Yeah. Shit.
Well, either way, flashbang, and that will also affect. Well, let's put down the burst and see. Yep, flashbang. Oh no, it doesn't actually hit Silk.
Yay!
Thank
Your eyes are
fuck.
safe.
Okay.
Um,
I think you hear from the doorway. Oh shit, not again.
Okay. So the Nilit is going to have to make this save. And the Nilit rolls an 18, a critical
God.
failure. Oh my god.
Jesus.
The creature is blinded for 1 round and dazzled for 1 hour.
Throw at the blinding stew.
Silk, the thing is, no matter what, you're still a goddamn good wizard and you know how to focus a spell.
Yeah.
This magic erupts out of you and blasts into the creature. And the little, let's set a... And that is going to be, blinded for 1 round. He can't see shit.
Oh my god.
And Ulrich, it's your turn. Ulrich, you don't know how to play a lute super good. You haven't practiced the songs that Ulrich knows. Muscle memory can kind of get you there, but whoa.
I actually...
Oh my god, you feel so holy. Ooh.
Fury always feels holy.
This is true. It's a different type of holy. If what you have is the heat of the sun, this feels like the wind in a field.
Fury's fascinated by that.
There's a nice forced breeze.
I think that Ulrich's going to use a courageous anthem.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I still win though, because Fury's religion is still pretty performancy. So I think he can sing. So I think he'll do that.
A courageous anthem is it you're going for?
Yeah, sorry, I was choosing. He's gonna use courageous anthem, I think.
Okay.
And then it's like I can't fucking see anything. Fucking...
Oh, it's you can't see in the dark, huh?
Oh shit. And then I think he's going to move
Run in
into
and smack him.
I think he's gonna move into the room.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see if there's like I think he's gonna cast guidance on Fiore.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
What do you say to Fiore to guide him?
I think Ulrich's like, do not forget that you can smite.
Okay.
Okay. And Ulrich, that's your turn, right?
I
Yeah.
almost answered.
Okay.
So weird.
It is the Nilit's turn.
Oh, yeah.
The Nilit lets out a roar, like a and I think he's gonna flail out at where he thinks Fiore is. That's gonna be okay, so he passes his flat check to attack, but he misses by 6 to hit you. Silk. Well, Fiore. Normally, back in your regular elven body, a 25 would just barely be a miss. Here, I think reflexively, you block with your shield and you're like, whoa. Roaring, it's going to then swing a second time and try to grab you. And that is going to be a success to hit you and a success to pass the flat check. Fiore, you are going to take 20 damage.
Okay.
And he's going to spend an action to grapple you as well.
Oh wait, it's an action to raise your shield. I can't shield block.
Yep, unfortunately. The grapple is also going to be a success. Fiore, you are grabbed. This thing blindly kind of goes, get over here, and swings an arm out, grabs you, and then kind of falls on top of you and is now clinging at your face.
Oh, ow. Okay. Shit.
Fiore, yikes.
Ulrich Fiore, you hear Silk Fiore or Fiore Silk scream in your own voice.
Well,
Not like a blood curdling scream, but like a god damn it, get this fucking thing off me scream.
Silk, it is your turn.
Oh, boy.
Well, shit. What do you do?
Looking through the astronaut, God.
God, there's so many spells in here.
do you keep track of all this?
If you asked Silk, he'd be like, "What? You can't?"
Looks like I had this song log in my head. If this thing is on top of Fiore, Silk, does that mean that any spell that would like be a blunt force would hit them both, or
No, you can target this thing separately.
Okay. Then Silk is actually gonna go for a hydraulic push to maybe like loosen the grip.
Pretty good.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Nat 20. Nat 20.
Oh my
Thank you
God.
for being in my body.
I mean, yeah, it's a critical hit, brud.
Okay.
It's a critical hit, brother.
Okay.
You just invented new slang.
Right. That is 30 damage.
30 damage, and he's knocked back 10 feet. I think this ends the grab because he is,
Yeah.
not being grabbed.
Mm-hmm.
And he's barely holding on now as you slam into the wall. He hits the floor, and he lets out a... You're like, Jesus.
And then Silk is gonna do a Hand of the Apprentice. Ooh. 24.
A 24 is a miss, I'm afraid. But good effort.
Okay. Alright. Ulrich is not used to gun.
Fair.
You shoot, and then the recoil, knocks your arm flying. You're like, what the fuck? That happens?
Yeah, Silk is a trained armsman. He knows what he's doing.
Fiore!
Ulrich, bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Fiore, it is your turn. Jesus Christ. So
Jesus.
Ulrich has reminded you that you can smite.
Yes.
This guy is a pain in the ass. You have a sword. You're being guided. It doesn't look like it's gonna last long.
You're right, because I am gonna smite, and usually that's powerful as fuck.
That's right.
So out of my depth right now.
Smite does extra damage to bad guys.
Okay. So then I just hit, right? For that to take effect?
Yeah, but... Yes, but also, just so you know, you have to ask your gods to damn them.
Okay. Like, out loud?
Yeah, you gotta say something.
Oh, okay.
Come on, man.
Silk, raises... Not Silk. Fuck! Fury... This is so hard!
I know.
Fury raises the Rosa Aria, and he's like... Saren Ray, please?
Okay.
Please, God, I'm scared.
Oh my god. Damn, alright. 37.
That's a hit. Roll me that damage.
22.
Okay, looking good. It's barely alive now. You slash into it once. You've one action left.
Silk doesn't. Silk has never been a melee fighter, so I don't think that he knows that sometimes it's risky to attack twice, so he's gonna do that.
Oh no.
Okay.
You see Silk, and he's wildly swinging the sword because he doesn't fucking know what to do with it, and that's a 28.
That is a miss, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Ulrich, it's your turn. Silk doesn't know how to use your body. It's you, Dave.
Oh yeah, no.
It's all very confusing.
It's rough out here.
Do I have to continue actively continuing?
No, if you strike, it will continue.
If you strike or if you manually do it yourself.
Okay.
It has to be yeah, and you have to hit.
Okay. Does it have to be a physical strike?
Yes. Spells don't count.
Okay.
Bash him over the head with a fucking loot.
Yeah.
Ulrich's like, God damn it. And he is. I think he's going to. I think that he feels comfortable enough getting close because he remembers what Fiore can do. So he's like, it's fine, I'll be fine, it's fine. I'm annoyed. And I think he's going to, so he moves 5 feet, and then he's going to fucking hit this guy. 35. Damn.
That is a hit. Roll me that damage.
11.
Ulrich Revra, how do you kill the Nillet?
I think Ulrich reaches out and grabs him by the shoulder, and he's raised the lute above his head, and he's like, "You forgot one thing. I can still fucking hate you." And I think he bats him like a baseball bat.
Oh my god. And you completely drive your lute into it, and the Nillet lets out a shriek before the weapon clangs, and it goes limp, and all of you suddenly feel very dizzy before you shift, you shake, and you are back in your own bodies. Jesus Christ.
Silk is like hugging himself and he's like, oh, thank God.
Ulrich plops down on the floor and is like, oh, God.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. How do you memorize all of that?
How do you memorize all of that?
Like it's hard?
I have a music repository in my head, yes, but spell casting is different, at least for me.
Silk looks at Fiore baffled. And
What?
he's like, You
Ulrich, where's Mom?
You feel like that when you cast?
Uncomfortable and weird?
No. Oh my God. Like an unending expanse of power.
Does everyone not feel like that?
No.
What?
Goodness.
Where did Ulrich go?
I mean, I don't really cast by choice, unless it's a divine spell that I got from my goddess. So, I don't really think about it that much. I haven't really casted by choice since I haven't really casted much by choice since I was really, really young. When I was a kid, I guess, but I thought everybody felt like that.
No. That's
My powers
incredible.
manifested when I was like a baby.
I don't even know what to say. That being just natural to your body is incredible, Fiore. You are a powerhouse in every sense of the word.
I try. You're pretty good with the scimitar.
Don't lie to me.
No, you are. I mean, obviously you haven't trained for years and years, but I mean, you did some pretty good damage to him.
Well, you gave me very generously the muscle mass too.
Yeah, I did. Everything hurt so much more.
Listen, I'm fast. I'm only fast. I don't have the strength to carry full plate, unfortunately.
Both
but
of
I
you
was-
should do push-ups.
No,
I can do pull-ups at least.
I don't sweat.
All right, Silk.
I at least just started to do pull-ups anyway.
Oh yeah.
A little bit. Anyway,
Am I?
I mean, at the very least, you could really handle yourself with the battle lute. That was good. And the singing. Siren Ray stuff. Clever.
Thanks. I did a lot of that when I was growing up, so I thought it'd be useful at least.
Definitely came into use with the Courageous Anthem.
And you do that every fight while you're fighting?
Oh, every single fight. And I have he points to his forehead, mental repository of all of the songs that I have learned and taught myself that I can use for most battles.
You guys think a lot more than I do when we're fighting.
Huh.
I just think the bad guy's over there. I'm gonna go kick his ass now. Oh, I should dodge.
Well, your reactions are much faster, so
You don't really need to think, do you?
I'm
That is
focused a lot
true.
more on making sure that they don't pay attention to you guys.
Well, it
If-
was very
if
weird
that-
being sturdy for a moment.
Guys,
Hmm.
if
Oh, yes.
if that guy dying ended our situation,
Mama.
it
Exactly.
probably, we need to go find them.
Oh boy.
I was wondering, mid-fight, what exactly she got swapped with, but I guess it doesn't matter right now, does it? Maybe we can ask her.
Well, they said
Maybe.
they're traveling now, by the way. They're traveling
Yeah.
towards them.
They're like
But
jogging
they
out.
They said it said something about doing something different, so it's possible that they didn't do what he didn't do to her what he did to her at all.
Oh, he did say it was different, yes. Well, the effect should end anyway since he's dead.
Yes.
Should being the keyword.
So, are you guys headed back towards the Yldaris?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys return to the Yldaris encampment. And you kind of rush in. And as you kind of enter, you see Murmur. And Murmur is sitting in the main entrance room where that awful spider is. And she looks at you guys. Which, by now, I will say, she has, like, a blindfold tied over her eyes.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
She looks at you guys and goes, Murmur.
Damn it.
Oh. Oh. Well,
Damn.
Shit.
Maybe this is something more permanent. Can
And-
Silk...
Mhm.
I want like Silk to
Mhm.
step forwards, towards her,
Mhm.
forward towards her. Jesus. And I want him to kind of, like, examine her in a kind of magical sense.
Sure, make me a occultism check.
Yeah. I like to think that he like kind of taps his fingers to the side of her face.
Lol, yeah, you do a very close look at her, and I think it clicks. That thing fucks with minds, and knowing that it must be some kind of curse, you put 2 + 2 together, and recognize that means the curse most likely to be affecting her is Nevermind.
Oh.
The target's intellect is permanently reduced below that of an animal. It has a -5 on its charisma, intelligence, and wisdom. It loses all class abilities that require mental focus, including spell casting. If the target is a PC, they become an NPC under the GM's control.
Permanently?
If you crit fail,
Oh my god. Silk
Oh
takes
my
a step back
God.
and like puts his hand over his
that
mouth.
could have been you.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Silk bites his knuckle like hard, and he kind of leans up against the wall opposite to her, and he's like,
Ricky, come here, please.
Yeah, sure.
This curse
Yes?
she's under, it's not likely, but it's a very small window of possibility that you could. But it is. Let's say you're threading the eye of the needle.
Well, I'll have 3 chances to do this maximum. Well, actually, no, 6. But, actually, wait, hang on. I have many chances to do this, actually. It would just require a lot of my spell slots. But I can try. Absolutely, I'll try.
I think a voice calls out as you're saying that and says, whatever you're doing, I wouldn't recommend trying it for a little while at least. And Iribo comes out, and she looks tired.
"Aw."
Oh. Why's that?
We have done you a great favor by waiting for you. And she kind of comes out and runs a hand over her face and says,
Thank you again.
you are welcome, but don't thank me. Thank... And I think she kind of like trails off. And instead she steps to a door to the south and just kind of opens it and says, "Thank damn." And you guys poke your head in, and inside that room you see 3 Yldaris, all of whom are dead.
Shit.
Every single one of them has a face frozen in terror.
What happened?
We had a visitor, a spectral one.
Damn it.
She only appeared for mere moments, but she appeared, and she condemned us for working alongside you, and reminded us the price of betrayal. She left me, Mick, and one other alive. The rest of the party were killed. We were only spared so we could pass the message on to you. She says that if you are to go deeper, you are signing your own death warrants.
I'm so sorry.
We have a lot to discuss, but it is not my place to make those choices. I have, however, been ordered to bring the 3 of you to Yldaris.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We'll take Murmur with us, but we can't stay here. She knows where we're camping here.
Yeah.
Of course.
Then we should move quickly.
And I think she kind of nods, and she quickly goes back to the other 2 remaining Yldaris. And Murmur goes, "Murmur." And you guys have a moment to kind of discuss among yourselves.
Maybe we should have come back sooner.
I suppose I should have guessed that after our last encounter. I guess I should have guessed that she'd be watching our every move.
She's trying to make us feel guilty.
She's doing a great job.
I'm already there.
We should do what we can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's all we really can do, especially for these people.
Let's take Mama.
Yeah.
I think Ulrich gently leads her out of the room. He's the
She
closest.
says, she leans her head against your shoulder.
Okay.
Careful.
I'm trying.
Careful there.
I already know I'm taken. It's fine. Ulrich only looks slightly uncomfortable.
Iribo returns with the other Yldaris. The Fogfen Few, Murmur, 2 Yldaris, and Iribo begin their journey down into the depths. You pass through a small tunnel beyond a boulder and uncover a winding passage that leads deep, deep, deep underground. The floor here, it's not like the stairs you've seen elsewhere in the vaults. This was not made by Belcora. This was crafted by the hands of elves over the span of centuries. You make your way below, and as you do so, you pass through tunnels where glow-in-the-dark lichen guides your way. You weave through almost claustrophobic tunnels, and yet never once do you feel trapped. And after quite some time descending, a long sloping path, not a dire drop, you make your way 100 feet deeper. And you find yourselves overlooking a cave. And down in the section of the cave below you, where you stand atop a cliffside path that winds into it, you see the city of Yldaris. It is so much larger than you would have expected. An Absalom beneath your feet. The size of the city, indeed, to you would imply this thing probably stretches underneath the entire Fogfen and into Otari itself. An underground river with almost teal blue water seeps past hundreds, maybe even thousands of homes. Some of them are built into columns that come from the ceiling down into the floor, stalagmites and stalactites built together. Others are built into the cave walls. There is a giant temple to the north of this cave. To the south, a castle. Flying flags that you can only see because of the glowing lichen that sheds light from the ceiling. Iribo turns to you now and sort of smiles, almost a little amused, as she says, "Welcome to the city of the Elves."
Whoa.
How are you three doing as you stand along this cliff, looking down at the population hub that's been below Otari this entire time?
I think Fiore is, amazed by this. Not that he doesn't expect this to be possible of people underground or anything. It's just that, he grew, he was born in a village, he grew up in a small town, and, Otari is an important place, but it's not, it's not Absalom. So the fact that there's a city as big as, that's like an underground Absalom is just below his little town that he cares about is crazy to him. It's incredible.
I think Ulrich is just fucking starstruck right now. They don't know where to keep their eyes. They're just going all over the place, all of the lights, all of the people. It's just so much to take in, and they have no words. It's just insane to them.
Silk is much the same. He is enamored with this place. And he doesn't say it, but I do think that Silk is maybe interested in a study of this place. He genuinely wants to know more, and he wants other people to know more too, because it baffles him too that this is just here. This is just beneath the lighthouse and beneath Otari, and nobody up there knows that it is.
I mean, can you imagine, by the way, the fact that everywhere you go on the surface of Golarion, if you go deep enough, there's a hot chance that there is another city beneath your feet.
Yeah.
Everywhere has its downstairs neighbors.
That's insane.
Isn't it a little bit, though?
That's pretty
Yeah.
fucking sick, not gonna lie.
Oh, wait until you find out about the Netherworld, which is just a carbon copy of our plane, but different and grim and dark.
Oh.
Do you know Shadow Absalom is a real thing that exists?
And it's named
I
that?
remember Shadow Absalom.
It's called Shadow Absalom.
That's
That's pretty
ridiculous.
funny,
I remember
actually.
that.
It does have another name. Beacon.
I like
that. I like that much better, and they should only call it that.
No, I think Shadow Absalom's actually really funny.
I'm from evil New York. That's where I'm from.
I
hail
think
from
Shadow
evil
Absalom.
Olympia.
I believe the Shadow Absalom is used by people from our world, and Beacon is used by people who live in another world, being like, no, that's our city, it's Beacon.
Okay, that makes more sense. Stupid fucking
They
outsiders.
call Absalom They call Absalom Light Beacon. Anyway,
really funny. At least
pretty
Light
good.
Beacon sounds cool too.
yeah.
True.
You guys descend into the city. There are caravans being pulled by giant horse-sized riding lizards. As they see you, their frills kind of out, a little curious to see surface men. You get to the walls of the city, and Iribo has a quick word with the guards who eye you in confusion. However, Silk, you understand her heavily accented Elven as she speaks now to the guard, and she says, "Tell the queen that we have those she's been looking for." You guys enter the city of Yldaris. And there are a lot of elves, and they're all looking at you in confusion, right? There's like a couple of merchants who are like tending to stalls selling like gemstones and mushrooms, who like lean over and furrow their brows, being like, "Whoa, are those humans? And a sun elf?" You see a mother and her child, and the child points at you guys. And in a very soft elven voice, the kid says, "Mummy, why are they pink?"
Silk giggles at
I'm
that
red!
very quietly. As they're walking, Silk asks Iribo,
Is Yldaris unilingual?
I think this entire time you've probably been speaking to her in Undercommon for what it's worth.
mm-hmm.
I don't know that she speaks Taldane, but she does speak Undercommon, which is, Sakrot. Well, everyone here knows Sakrot. That is the most common language deep underground here. But no, people also speak Elven, obviously, and ancestral languages are also common. Dwarven, Kobold. You might find some Hobgoblin here and there.
Interesting.
Okay.
Silk leans back to the others and he says, in common,
Sackfroth will help you here, and so will...
Oh, thank the gods.
It's a good thing I've been studying.
do either of you speak Dwarven?
Fiora, you do.
Yes.
Huh.
My mom taught me.
Actually, I don't know why that surprised me.
Roll the
It shouldn't.
languages.
Yeah, I know both Halfling and Dwarven.
Ooh, Silk says something in Halfling that is like, me too.
Oh, what the heck?
And
Oh,
so,
it's just like arboreal, draconic, fey, gnomish, other than Taldane and Sakroth.
You learned some random languages.
When you read about a bunch of heroes, the hero does have dragons and fey.
Oh, makes sense.
Hyperfixations,
he's so real.
I get you. You don't want to see my bookshelf.
They learn those languages and be able to understand them and see if they're actual words and not bullshit.
No, I mean I've got a bookshelf full of my special interests, so I get you.
You guys approach the castle. And as you do so, there are these imposing statues built outside. And I'd like you all to make me a perception check as you walk past these statues.
Okay.
Okay. As you're all passing by, I think Fiora and Ulrich, neither of you give them a second look. Silk, one of the statues gives you pause. There's something about it, but you don't really pay attention to it for very long. Instead, you make your way into the castle. And I think Iribo, she's walking with you. The other two, Mick and the other Yldaris, they are making their way towards the barracks to speak to, people about what happened. But very quickly, there are these servants who, come over. They, offer to take your coats and your armor if needed. There's a lot of, strange looks given your way. A lot of attention being thrown your way. And one of the servants, a chipper young lady, she approaches and says, "You are the adventurers from the surface, yes?"
Yes.
Yeah, hello.
Mm-hmm.
The Queen of Yldaris has been expecting you. For some time now, even. She is organizing a feast. You are to be the guests of honor.
Oh, well, isn't that nice?
Oh my.
Do you have any dietary preferences? Are any of you vegetarian? Do any of you, not partake in fungus?
Oh,
Any allergies we should be aware of?
no fungus for me, and I do prefer mostly green plate.
Okay, green plate. Now, when you say green plate, do you mean moss?
No, I mean just very little meat.
Oh, yes. Well, most of what we have isn't meat anyway.
Okay, good.
Oh no, I don't have any dietary preferences.
Okay, but just to check, is moss all right?
Oh, I love moss.
If you're not going to have fungus.
Can I get my moss on the side?
Yes, of course.
Oh, what was that wine called from the upper floor?
Oh, the fungus wine?
Yeah, well, that's the one that he'll partake in. What's it called?
It's called fungus wine.
He like snaps his fingers trying to remember, and he's like,
Do you have that wine? It is what is it? Distilled with fungus? Do you have that?
Yes, that is most of what fungus we have, yes.
Oh, perfect. I'd like that to be served if possible.
Of course, we wouldn't have it any other way.
Oh, and on ice.
She kind of lets out a laugh before saying, "Yes, sir," before scampering away.
if you ask Silk what he prefers and you're going to somewhat give it to him, he's gonna give you a list of shit he wants.
Well, you guys have a moment as you're being chaperoned towards a banquet hall.
Well, it hasn't been that long since we... Just the choice of wording struck me weirdly. Waiting for us for a long time.
No, I noticed too.
Word does travel fast, though, I suppose. There have been places that have known us before we've gotten there.
You are right. Just, I don't know. Hearing that just felt weird for some reason.
Surely it's nothing.
Hopefully it's absolutely nothing.
Just stay close to me and I'll protect you guys.
Of course.
So you are brought in, and you enter into what is quite an impressive banquet hall. And there are quite a few Yldaris who have come in here now, and they are all like sitting at like lower tables, but you are being brought to like a high table at the head of the room with like big chairs. And indeed, you can see food is being served. Music is being played by a live band. There appears to be a jester Yldaris who jingles merrily around.
Yes!
Oh my goodness.
The jester is jingling around, doing little flips. He comes up to you guys, and he goes, "Ooh," and he holds out a deck of cards for you.
Oh, how wonderful. Silk takes one of the cards.
The card has a crude illustration of you picking your nose, and he goes, "Ooh," and he does a backflip.
I don't like you anymore.
He does a second backflip.
He flicks the card towards him.
He catches it in his mouth, like a dog.
Disgusting.
Good God.
He does a cartwheel.
I'm done here. He turns away.
And just as you're about to sit, Fiore, you feel something approaching your boot.
Uh-huh.
It's a grey slime.
Oh my god.
It comes towards you.
Hello.
It crawls towards your boot.
Are you a friend?
It quivers in anticipation.
Okay.
Fiore goes to pat it.
It backs away.
Oh, sorry.
It now goes for your boot again.
Fiore.
I'm sorry?
Fiore sits kind of awkwardly. He's like, I don't know what you're asking from me.
Oh, don't mind him now, lads. That's Podalex, kicked in Surface Common. Just give him a nice kick in the head, and he'll be pleased.
What?
And you turn to look at the voice, and holy shit. An
love
absolutely
women.
gorgeous woman is approaching you.
I love women. I cannot express to you enough how much I love women.
She fine as fuck.
You get the impression immediately that she must be like the royal huntsmaster or something.
Mhm.
She is tall, taller than any of you. Very, very. Well, let's get out of the way. She's fucking gorgeous, like genuinely. And what a bod, boys! Mamma mia. You guys ever like feel so demabbed that anytime you flirt with someone, it feels like you're a fucking predator? Anyway.
Man.
No.
I can't ever compliment women in that way. That was misogynistic of me. Anyway.
You're objectifying her.
But come on. She is quite beautiful.
Yeah, she.
She stands at about 6'8", I think. She's a very leggy lady. She's wearing a white shirt with the sleeves pulled up to her elbows, and the buttons. She has maybe 4 buttons unbuttoned to reveal some cleavage. Long white hair, a leather vest, and these fuck-ass cowboy boots, and a blue cape around her shoulders. Actually, no, it's not even a cape. It is a coat that she's wearing like a cape, Royari Sancernac style, around her shoulders.
Ayo. Throwback.
On her face, her left eye is clawed. Like there's a terrible scar over her left eye. And as she approaches, she kind of looks down at this little ooze and says, "Come here, Podalex." And kicked Podalex comes over to her, and she just draws a foot back and kicks it like a fucking soccer ball.
Bruh.
And as Podalex flies through the air into the crowd, it goes, apparently quite delighted.
Huh.
And she approaches and says, "Yeah, we had tried to train oozes to like defend Yldaris at one point. Didn't really work out. But well, Podalex really kept going for people's shoes, and then when they kicked him away, it just seemed to make him happy. So we keep him as a pet."
Oh, isn't that sweet?
Yeah, it's not bad. Are you the surface man? Who am I asking? You clearly are. You don't look like anyone I've ever seen. But, the books always told me that your kind were a lot uglier.
That's certainly not true, as you can see.
Oh, no. You're all beautiful.
Thank you.
And she has the audacity to sit in the fucking chair next to you guys and kick her feet onto the table.
Bruh.
And she kind of smirks and says, "Name's Quora. I'm the Queen of Yldaris."
Oh,
You're the queen?
it's good to meet you.
She raises an eyebrow a little coyly and says, "Did I do anything that made me not seem like the royal sort?"
No.
I've just never met a queen before.
"Well, let me be your first." And she winks at you.
It turns even redder.
So, am I supposed to do a speech? Oh, I'm not good at this. Everyone, she speaks out. The day has come. The surface adventurers have come to Yldaris. And, the people kind of cheer. And Iribo, not too far from you, looks up and kind of looks away. And Quora, the Queen of Yldaris, she kind of like leans and says, right, well, let's let the feasting begin. And as she is kind of chatting away, you see that there are two Yldaris that are kind of hovering nearby, and they are completely identical to each other. They both wear hoods and like long trailing robes with like sparkles of fungus around the sleeves and near the feet. They're very obviously mages and twins, maybe identical.
Interesting.
They just kind of float there, and as the food is served, so like you get a very dainty plate. Ulrich and Fury, you get something just loaded with fried mushrooms of different sorts. And Queen Quora is given an entire roast underground vole. And she starts eating that shit like it's chicken drumsticks. And she's like, so, tell me, what brings you lot deep underground?
Well,
Long story, actually.
Well, tell me about it. In fact, tell everyone about your tales.
well,
And I think a couple of the people in the crowd go, yeah.
slay. Well, we're from the town of Otari, or well, me and Ulrich, and he points to Ulrich, are, and Silk is from Absalom, but he's living in Otari right now. Otari is the town, it's a coastal town, I think above your city. It looks big enough that it is above Otari. And there's out in the Fogfen, it's like a swampy area, there's a...
You have swamps on the surface?
yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. All right. Okay.
There was a lighthouse, and it had started causing trouble in the town, so we were hired to go investigate. And then we figured out it wasn't just a lighthouse; it was a huge, sprawling dungeon that went much further down than we expected.
All right. Well, I want to know everything. Why don't you tell me, literally, from start to finish, regale me in your tale?
Oh.
And
Everything.
do you guys want to make me a performance check to
Absolutely.
see if you're able to entertain her?
100%. Actually, I don't, because my performance is a 2.
You give it a shot anyway.
Yeah.
Oh my god. No, doesn't matter. Ulrich rolled a fucking nat 20.
Jesus.
Bard.
With a 37, Ulrich, you get really into the storytelling. I think you start a little, knowing what's the dynamic of the party. Fury and Silk start telling the story, and then you kind of like come in and, you offer a few notes. And then more and more you begin to kind of weave it into a narrative. You start describing like teams and like dramatizing events. At some point you maybe start like using your hands as you describe stuff. And soon you have everyone eating out of your hand. You are really, really describing all of this really well,
You are all witnessing Ulrich hyperfixating.
he's like, you know what's happening? What's happening is that he's getting to be the storyteller of cool adventures. He's like, oh my god! Oh my god!
Really good.
Ulrich, do you tell her everything? Like the whole story? Is there anything you omit? Is there anything you emphasize?
I don't think that Ulrich has much reason to omit anything. Like, for the most part, the way that it goes is Ulrich sort of tells the story how it is, and if she asks like a question, then he'll go on for like 10 minutes.
Okay. And you're going, And like you start describing, right? And you tell the story of how you found a ruin full of mitflits, and they tried to make you eat their shit, but you were able to turn the tables on them. You tell them of the Morlocks in the servants' quarters with their bric-a-brac constructs, and how you able to talk down the great evil cult. Then you were able to outsmart the librarians in the cult of the Canker. You overcame Jal Mesmin and defeated Volok Azanray. You bested Mr. Cheerful in the arena. You outsmarted Jafaki in the labs. You damned Uravian in the prison. And you fell into the farm, and after several days of fighting back against Belcora, you were able to escape with, of course, the aid of the noble Yldaris. And now you are here, you are seeking the Fulcrum lenses, because you believe that they may be the key to banishing Belcora forever. And for the most part, everyone here really takes it well. Everyone, like, there's cheers. When you get to more dramatic parts, there's laughs. Every once in a while, maybe you get like Silk and Fiore to repeat a line that you thought was cool, and sheepishly or not so sheepishly, they help. And Queen Quora listens, of course. Every once in a while, she gives Kicked a thoughtful kick. Sometimes you notice her face fall a little bit, like she's thinking about something. Although those faces pass very quickly, and then she's back to barking out laughter, spittling some of her food out onto the crowd, poor bastards. And eventually, I think even, the gestures like miming out some of the stuff you're saying. Mm-hmm. And eventually, Quora laughs a little bit, and she's like, "Very, very good. Fogfen Few, you are superstars. You are absolutely incredible. I have a single question for you now. The Ghost Queen. Do you think you'll be able to defeat her?"
I think so.
Yes.
I'm rather confident.
All right. I need the room! And I think that kind of startles everyone. The band kind of falters. And everyone kind of like gets up and starts shuffling out. The two mages, the twins, continue standing there. Iribo kind of averts her eyes and makes her way out. And very soon, it's just you four at the table. The mage is behind you. And Kicked, who is still kind of squirming around. Even the jester goes out, honking sadly as he goes.
Are you alright?
Yeah, she turns to you and says, "Okay." And she takes something out, and she passes each of you a little vial. "I need you to drink these."
I'm sorry?
Beg pardon.
I need you to drink these.
Can I know what this is?
Antidote for the poison that was in your wine.
Okay.
Ulrich inspects it?
Oh my god.
Ulrich is inspecting the antidote and, sniffing the wine?
Oh shit, Ulrich. That's poisoned.
Holy shit.
The wine is poisoned. She is handing you an actual antidote.
Oh my goodness, you got me while I was monologuing.
I'm very sorry for that.
You cheeky bastard! You got me while I was monologuing.
you sly dog.
Oh my god.
I think Ulrich probably would have caught it if he wasn't into it.
Yeah, no, she very sneakily had wine passed to you in the middle of the conversation. Probably a little bit early on. She bows her head a little bit and says, "I don't blame you for not catching it. It's confabulation powder. It is made of Silatesh, which is a rare underground spore. You've probably never come across it in your life. I apologize.
Silk fucking
I'm
kicks it.
going to speak clearly now. It was my intent to mine you for information and kill you.
Huh.
Unfortunately, I am working for Belcora.
Wouldn't she not say that name?
She is saying it now.
Oh, okay.
The other elves have all refused to say her name, but Quora here says it.
Oh.
She came to me recently and demanded that if you were to come here, I would have to learn everything you knew and then kill you.
And so you've changed your mind?
Because I think you actually do mean it when you say you think you can kill her. I work for Belcora, but I do not fucking like her.
You want to be free of her?
It's all we've ever wanted.
Your city's under hostage with her?
I may be queen, but she is empress. Yldaris only exists at Belcora's pleasure. The city was here when she first created her vast dungeons. At the time, my grandfather was its leader. Belcora made allies of several groups, including my great-uncle. I believe you may know him. His name was Volok.
Oh.
Asinray?
Okay.
Silk, two things click in your head together at once.
Oh my fucking god, it was the statue, huh?
The statue outside, the one that you're like, huh, and then pass by. You have seen that face before. In a painting inside a locket.
Yeah.
It's Volok Asinray. The second thing you click together is that she hasn't said her surname. She said the Queen of Yldaris. She said Quora. She's never given you her surname.
Yeah, I can guess what it is.
Quora Asinray has a very serious expression on as she speaks. The Asinray family has not had it easy. Millennia ago, we were among those who fled Earthfall. When the Starstone was hurtling towards Galarian, many elves took different escapes. Most of the Asinray clan attempted to return to our distant homeland of Soivrian. It is only accessible through magic. A world unlike this one, inhabited only by elves. They were unsuccessful. We do not know where the leaders of the Asinray family went, but they certainly did not get to Soivrian, and they certainly did not save our family. We were forced underground. It was the only way we could escape the devastation that was to come. And just as a slight sidebar A, that distant homeland of elves, Soivrian, Silk, you would be aware of it. To many, it's like, in Lord of the Rings, where the elves are like, yeah, we're just going back to our, other dimension for elves.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, that's not what's happening. Soivrian is a continent on the planet Castrovel. Pathfinder Venus.
Oh my god.
Elves are all aliens.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Second sidebar, the Asinran elves who fled Galarian did go to space as well, just not Castrovel. They got stranded on the artificial planet Aposte. And in Starfinder, millennia into the future, Asinran elves have become the word for elves who live on Aposte, which now is essentially a mafia Yakuza planet where they literally charge you to breathe air. It is a hyper-capitalist hellhole. Back to Quora Asinray and her plight. She bows her head. We were to be her hunters. The Asinran dynasty and our riches and our warriors pledged fealty to Belcora. My grandfather was convinced to do so by his advisor and traitorous brother, Volok. Volok returned to the surface to aid her directly in the creation of a powerful lens which would give the lighthouse its abilities. When she died, someone came to us. Her cousin, the Grave Knight Calidio Haravex. He came to us with a fraction of the lens. From what we understood, another fraction was given to the gnomes up above, in the gardens. And another fraction was given to her cultists, the marsh giants. So you guys now understand where the marsh giants you've been meeting are coming from. They were her personal cult of brutes.
Yeah, alright.
Oh boy.
Because fuck it, right?
It was, I'd like to believe, a test of our loyalty. Calidio Haravex is a monster. If we disobeyed him and displeased him, well, he could march into our city and kill us himself. There's more to the lenses than that. My grandfather told my father, Laratols, who became Yldaris' leader after him. But my father never told me. You may have noticed I'm not exactly monarchular material. I was the second child of my father. I was never meant to be anything more than the errant princess who was learning crossbow tricks. I was never meant to lead. My older sister was to succeed my father, but they both embarked on a secret expedition a few years ago. On an island in the Great Lake near here, the marsh giant warlord Corfell caught and killed them.
I'm so sorry.
I appreciate it. I believe that their expedition had something to do with the lenses. I suspect my father had our lens, the ochre fulcrum lens. I think it was on him when he died. Maybe he hid it somewhere. Maybe Corfell took it. I don't know.
But it's not here.
No, it's not. It's somewhere out there, but it's not with us. I ascended to the throne, and Belcora came to me shortly afterwards as a ghost. She made me swear to support her and aid in a surface invasion that drives her even in debt. And for the good of Yldaris, I renewed the vows my grandfather made, and I've hated myself for it.
You are trying to protect your people.
At the cost of thousands of lives of surface dwellers?
It's not that I think that it's right, but I understand why you would make that choice. I don't know how I could have made a choice like that at all.
She warned us about you, you know.
What did she say?
3 great slayers were coming to the dungeon. Soon they would be in Yldaris, and they would bring steel and fire to the elves.
How long ago was that she warned you?
2 weeks. She's getting more active, more lucid. Belcora, she's just a kid. In your years, I believe she was 20 years old when she died.
That's...
What?
She's never matured past that, and she's never grown past her childish anger at the people who wronged her 500 years ago. She still wants Absalom to burn for it.
She was younger than me.
Younger than all of us.
You're telling me I'm only 120.
Silk sits there.
Oh.
Elves.
And she kind of buries her face in her hands and says, she's been in torpor all these years, regenerating slowly, and as the 500th anniversary is coming closer, she grows more powerful. She needs all 3 lenses intact, and she needs a host to channel the gauntlet true. She's been ordering me to find the lens we've lost, and I have been slowly pretending to do so. That's the only reason you should know that Absalom has not fallen, is I haven't made an actual effort to find the lens yet.
And we thank you for that.
She told me if you would come here, I was to kill you. I have a counteroffer. I don't kill you, and you help us be rid of the Ghost Queen so that Yldaris can be free.
Absolutely.
We would have done it anyways.
Yeah.
And we will see it done. That's a promise.
And she's about to say something when another voice rasps out. There is more. And it's one of the twins. These twin mages behind her. And she goes, huh? And you turn and the two of them, they are speaking, but they're moving their mouths in unison. Only one of them is talking at a time. You should know, the other Yldaris continues. And she's the twins, who are called Basraid and Clathor, but it's easier to call them the twins. Quora turns to you guys with big eyes and then gestures for you to shh and listen. The ochre lens lies in a dark and wet place. Corfell didn't claim it. Laratols dropped it in the water to deny it to his enemy. He died attempting to learn more of its purpose, more than the partial truth we know. The other one kind of twitches. We have seen in a vision that the stones both empower the Ghost Queen and hold the key to her demise. They are slivers of something ancient, evil, and hungry. We saw eyes of empty death, they cry in unison. She separated the lenses because, together, they draw the baleful gaze. Even the Ghost Queen cannot withstand the empty death when their powers are joined within her. The secrets to the lenses are in the old treasure vault, which overlooks the lake. The lenses have hosts. You must release them. When they are free, they can be given a new host, Belcora. Find the lenses and the answers Laratol sought. And then the twins fall silent.
Wait. Free the...
I don't fucking know what any of that meant.
Wait,
I'm sorry.
No, it's he's moving his hands he's like silk. Ulrich, I think we might be able to free the Rose Guard.
You're
Oh my
the ones who
goodness.
killed Belcora, yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
They're stuck in the lenses.
Yeah. And they're
And
might
if
be
you
able to free them?
if you eject them, you can stick Belcora in them? Is that what you're saying? Or they're saying?
I think so. I don't obviously this is my theory. I'm not really a magic guy. I like scimitars, man. I'm a champion. But that seems plausible. Really legitimately plausible.
It does, doesn't it?
I think you're right.
So the lenses
Mhm.
were used to focus Nimbalot's gaze,
Mhm.
and when they broke, they got souls in them. And if we
Basically,
eject
yes.
if we eject those souls from them, we'll have 3 empty pieces that we could put Belcora into, and then maybe use that to destroy her, maybe?
It's the best lead we've got.
Shit, that's a lead and a half.
This is way more than we had before.
Belcora killed our scouts.
I'm so sorry.
No, she went above, and while they were waiting for you, she became paranoid that we were going to help you. That's the last straw. That's the last... If she's going to kill our people even when we work for her, then no deal. Fogfen Few, the city of Yldaris pledges itself to you. We will aid you in any way we can in order to get our city back. We'll help you find these lenses, and we'll help you defeat Belcora once and for all.
We will do everything we can to help you protect your people.
And Quora Azanray stands up and says, and if you find Corfel, the man who killed my father and my sister, would you do me a favor and bring me back his ugly face? His head on a plate, if you will.
Like, you... Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying bring me his fucking head.
That can be
enough.
arranged.
Okay.
I can't blame you. I can't blame you.
This floor, the hunting grounds, it's full of monsters from the Darklands for us to hunt. We sent those scouts up above to get some mushrooms and, veg for our meat and food. But the hunting ground is dangerous. It's going to be full of creatures that could just wipe out lesser heroes on the spot. Do you think you can manage that?
Yes.
We've been fighting for a while now.
I think it's anything we can't handle.
And I think she puts her hand forward in a, like the standard, everyone put your hands into the middle, team up, teamwork, making a promise, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
She puts her hand forward and says, let's make it official, eh?
Yeah.
Of course.
Do you all put your hands forward and make a deal with the Yldaris of Yldaris?
Yeah.
First, the queen puts her hand out. Then Fiore. Then Silk. And then Ulrich. And then Borbo. And then, for some reason, also Dromai.
Yeah.
Dromai's
And
not
then the
here. You know
slime
who
is
does?
under everybody.
It's Kicked. Kicked puts a slimy little tentacle forward.
Silk pulls his hand back.
And Quora Azanray laughs. A laugh that echoes through Castle Azanray, deep in the city of Yldaris. And beyond its reaches, beyond the cave it's in, the hunting ground awaits, and the monsters that lie within hunger. And there, deep within, we hear the sound of clanking armor as a grim figure scowls and sits and waits. It's only a matter of time before you make your way towards him. This episode of Dice Will Roll would not have been possible without the support of our patrons. Tiny Brass Ant, Celestial, Max O'Knight, Kate Cornelius, Windy 2002, Als, Millie, Rose, Cell Ravau, The Protease Inhibitor, Acid Dialogue, River Supports Artists, Horror Fan, Lightning Scar, Dr. Caesar MD, A Potato, Derpy Gamer, Quinlan Boss, Princess Alavi, Emily is Gay, Meow Mai, Abyssal Chimera, Knight the Werewolf Teacher, Actually a Bot, A Sleepy Bear, Kyle Damon, Phoebe Jeebies, Lux Rexus, Tony Saunders, Mita, Arave, Mott, Aries, Alexander Criswell, Skyly, Blurst Hellion, Genuinely Tricked, Bal Punyon, Matthew Wilson Krasnovich, Tillen Shark, Jonathan Love, G. Barbera, Luke, Simon Strange, Seth, Rain, Lichelo, Gizmo, Cass, Fable McElduff, Ava, Rem T. Bright, Lonesome Chunk, Sean C., Natasha Lumley, Reflux, Ellie, Jenna Mitchell, Kane Kendrick, Sky Evangeline, Triceratops, Anna Maria, Jordan, Emily Laderna, John the Bookworder, SS66 Seeker, and Dame Valor III. If you'd like to see what you can get for helping us keep it rolling, check out patreon.com/diceroll today.
Every hero strikes out on their adventure for a different reason.
To prove myself worthy of my mother's praise.
To write my own story and discover who I really am.
To prove to my family that I am more than they believe me to be.
To revive the god that has chosen me.
But when the fragile balance of the world is in jeopardy, and sinister forces move in the darkness, heroes will be tested, pushed to their limits and beyond. And it will be left to them to determine if they are up to the task. There is a darkness rising. Will they be able to overcome the challenges and meet this evil head-on?
For my god.
For my story.
For my freedom.
For the world.
To restore the balance. Modified Role Season 2, The Chronicles of Erin, a D&D 5e actual play podcast. New season, new characters, new story. Find us on all the usual podcasting apps or at modifiedrole.com.